With the presidential election in our rear view, the next big election for Albuquerque is less than a year off, as Mayor R.J. Berry most likely runs for a second term. That means his opponents will start popping up soon to try to take back a job that usually belongs to the Democrats. Here's News 13's Alex Goldsmith with who could be in the running.
We're going to roll up our sleeves. We're going to get to work on behalf of Albuquerque.
3 years ago, R.J. Berry became Albuquerque's first Republican mayor since 1985. He won with about 44% of the vote, helped when two Democrats, Marty Chavez and Richard Romero, split the rest. 3 years later, city residents seem to like R.J. a lot. A Journal poll from October shows Berry with a 68% approval rating. Even 55% of Democrats like the job he's doing. Although Berry says he has not decided if he's running again, former Mayor Jim Baca thinks Berry is a good bet in 2013.
I'd have to say right now that the mayor, as the incumbent, is probably favored to win again.
But it's also a good bet he won't be unopposed. Former Lieutenant Governor Diane Dennish, State Treasurer James Lewis, and State Senator Tim Keller are all Dems who could be eyeing a run for City Hall. And there's more. City Councilor Ken Sanchez and former City Public Safety Director Pete Dinelli.
I've met with well over 200 people, and almost on a daily basis I will sit down and try to talk to people about issues and about whether or not this is an election that I really want to get into.
And I just feel I have a lot to offer to this community. I grew up here in Albuquerque. I've lived here my entire life.
3 years ago, many thought Marty Chavez would have been reelected if Richard Romero, a fellow Dem, hadn't jumped in the race. Could a Republican play a similar role with Mayor Berry? Well, city Republicans we reached out to say don't count on it. In the Newsplex, Alex Goldsmith, KRQE News 13.
Right now, a candidate for mayor can win with just 40% of the vote, but there's a push to change that. A local group is collecting signatures for a petition that would require a runoff if nobody got more than 50%. The last mayor to do that, Martin Chavez, in 1993.
Are you one of